All right. So this is a brand accelerator, a small part of the cohort. And one of the things that I really want to talk about right now is where they started, where they are, and where they're going. And some of the things that they experience along the way, besides being on Clubhouse and really growing their brand, but in terms of like what it was that they wanted to get out of the brand accelerator and what was the problem that was kind of like, wow, I got that now, or like, oh, I need more help with that. So I'm gonna start with Yolanda first, if she can unmute and talk about her before and after and what's going on next. I'm excited for her because I'll show up at your event. You know that, right?
Yay. So yes, I when I first started, I did not have anything done with regards to a course, but I did want to do something. So from that time frame, we determined that I'm going to talk about how to introduce people to the voiceover industry. So since that time, I have created so far I have 2 modules done. I am just working on the recordings. I'm going to have 4 different modules. I've actually done all the PowerPoint presentation. I went out this week and I actually went and looked at rooms to actually book my first live event, which I'm planning to have toward in the middle of October. I was so
October
that
this
was a
year?
really yeah,
This year?
yeah, this year.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Okay.
So
All right.
I'm pushing myself. And then I also went ahead and I grew my social media presence, which was really, really small when I started. And now I doubled so on Clubhouse, I had like 79 users. So now I've more than quadrupled my
Good.
followers on Clubhouse. I doubled my followers on Instagram. And I even grew my followers on Twitter by about 10%. But because I had over 1,000 followers already. So I was really happy to see those additional followers there.
What about
And
LinkedIn?
on LinkedIn, I have 1,000 followers on LinkedIn now, almost 1,000 followers. And
And you got
I
and
didn't
you got
have that at all.
did you get a podcast from LinkedIn?
I did get a podcast from LinkedIn. So I got a podcast from LinkedIn.
We gotta help each other. But I was like, how did this I said, how did this podcast happen? It was a wonderful podcast. She says, on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes. Yes, so I have gotten so really the thing that I really wanted was to get more exposure so people can know about my book. And so my book sales grew. So originally when I started, I had sold like 50 something copies. So now I've sold almost 200 copies of my book.
Wow. That you know what, you have sold more than what people really sell in a year, because the average is people sell 200 books a year, and this has been good in like a short amount of time, so that is really good. It really is. The
So
thing about the next book that you do is that I want the next book to have a call to action so that they can buy your program, right?
oh,
So as
okay.
they read the book, they'll say, oh, I really like this girl's book, let me take her program, right? So then it's like
Okay.
it's more than just a $20 book. Now they buy your $500 program. So yeah, okay, good, good. I love it. I love it.
Those were my biggest wins. Of course, I was in a magazine. I did Boss Up magazine. I did Boss Up the video. I also did the Reading Circle. I also did leadership. A leadership podcast that was on LinkedIn. I also wrote an article on LinkedIn. I never wrote an article before, and I wrote an article and published it, and it really got a lot of traction in the leadership group that I posted it in. So I actually started posting things in different groups. And
Wow.
it got the most traction in the leadership group. And this is something that probably doesn't matter to anybody, but it's so funny. But the president of my division actually started following me. And he actually
So what's she up to? No, that's good.
has both parts of my life. So that's
That
it
is,
for me.
no, you did really good, because I remember the reading circle, but then also too, you're going to be in a calendar. You're going to be a calendar girl in 2022, and then you're going to be on the cover of 2 magazines in December. Today's Purpose Woman and Sister Friend or Sister something. Anyway, it's like it
Oh, and
fits
I
your
have another interview that's up due too. And I can't remember the name of that one, but I do. I have one more too in my
yeah.
inbox. I just can't remember the name of it, but I do. I have another one.
And so one of the things too, in terms of productivity, is that you did also hire a VA.
I did.
And the VA can help you with the event that's going to be happening in October.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, that's what they do. They help organize all of that. So it is so important. Everything is strategic. That is good. One of the things that about Yolanda, whenever she came on Clubhouse, she always would say, "I'm the dream advocate," and she would bring such energy. And so people were drawn to that. And so now we just have to make sure that people are going to know what your course is and that they attend, you record it and all of that. So it's blossoming. It really is, it's blossoming. So I love it. I love it. All right. All right. So let's go with Dr. David. You want to go with next, where you were when you started and what some of the things that happened along the way of these few weeks that we had together?
Well, for me, where I started was I had a number of things in place. For example, I had a website, I was doing a podcast, but what I discovered through working with Pam is really sometimes you can have something in place, but it doesn't mean that it's in place, which means that things can still be out of order even though you had them. And working with Pam, she has helped me to understand the importance of having not only just having a website, but a website that drives sales, where the action comes right to your website. I was working on a book, and Pam helped me to understand the importance of having a book and then using it more as a tool than just making sales, and connecting with people and using it more for strategy and things of that nature. So I learned a lot of different things that gave me at least some clarity and direction on the way that I should go and how to improve myself in terms of marketing and having a social media presence, having a Facebook page and an Instagram page, and how to use it more effectively and connecting with other people. And so she gave us the tools of the trade to put us in the better position. Now, I do realize while I may not yet be exactly where I want to be, but I know I'm not where I was.
There you go.
Yeah, so I've learned a lot. I've put more tools in my toolbox to help me to be a better speaker, author, podcast host. So my experience with Pam and the Branding Accelerator program has been one that is really invaluable for me. And I know that things are going to be better. I was in Speakers Magazine and
that was good. This is really good.
Yeah.
I really like this because you remember we were talking about the first one that we did.
That's right. And so it got better the second time. And then I noticed that you guys wouldn't know this, but I got a lot of comments from friends who celebrated where I am. They said, "Doc, you're doing it well with that branding program," because they started to notice more impact and more engagement from what I have been learning from the Branding Accelerator program. So it's been a great experience for me, and I'm looking forward to continuing what I have learned, the information that I've been given, and the best is yet to come.
I think your book contract too, that was a big coup.
Yes, she did. She helped me to get a book contract with the Vine Publishing. And matter of fact, I had a conversation today with Taniki, my publisher, and the book is coming along.
She's really good. And then also to the Sirius XM connection.
Oh my, listen, Pam, you're the only one know by that. But here's something, and I was going to say this at some point. Here's another thing that I got out of being a part of the Branding Accelerator program, and that is the networking opportunities that came about because we were connected with Pam Perry.
And all of us working together.
And all of us working together. And Pam brought up something where I connected with a good friend of hers, Sharon Morton. Is it Morton, right? Yeah, Sharon Morton. And I ended up getting an opportunity to conduct an interview. Rodney, I was in your area. I was in the Washington, D.C. area. And just for a day. Yeah, just for a day. Flew in, flew out. But I did get a chance to interview a prominent person in the community. But that came through that networking and connection with Sharon Morton, who works, she has a show on Sirius XM radio.
And one of the things about Dr. David that I think really helped is that really when we work together, we're kind of like drilling down like what it is that you really want. And one of
Mhm.
the things was like my faith is very important, and I also love sports.
Faith in
And so the
sports.
faith in sports. And so I
Yeah.
said, that's what you're going to run with. I said,
Yeah.
we were talking about the other things. It took a few weeks for us to really kind of hone in on it. But once
Right.
you did, opportunities start coming to you when you have clarity.
That's right.
And that is really, really key. The other person I introduced you to that I said, if you ever want to interview him for your second part of your podcast, you can do that as a former uh, coach of the baseball team and all that kind of stuff. So those
Yes.
are the things when you have clarity, it's easy for people to refer you. When you have a clear brand, people recognize it and they can help you network because they know
Absolutely.
exactly where you are. They can locate you. So that is good. One of the things that I want to say that you are growing your list, you're going to do the website.
Mhm.
And a lot of times it's just like we have the stuff, but it just grows. And
Right.
like when I first started, my website was on Earthlink. I mean, so we grow where we are, and you're doing more podcasts and things like that. I think you did a couple of them as well.
Mhm.
And you're going to be in the magazine on the cover of today's Purpose Man. So
Oh,
that's coming up for you as well. So just, basically it was a pitch and she liked what she saw, what I told her, what you were about, and she said yes. So that's good.
sounds
And having
great.
magazine covers are really important. They're really
Sure.
important. And so Rodney Burris, Rodney C. Burris, if you can come on camera and tell us where you started, where you are, and where you're
Absolutely.
going, and where you're going.
Absolutely. So, hello, everybody. When I started with the Branding Accelerator program, I wanted to level up my media readiness. I was brand new to the world of even being aware that there was a such thing as being media ready, of being packaged. And I gained a lot from Ready, Set, Go, Speak. But I felt like there were like bigger stages. And I felt like I needed the process of being in the accelerator program to even access those stages. And it was exactly what I thought. So when I came into the program, one of the things that I wanted to do was kind of learn for myself what I was going to be known for. Through the course of this program, I have narrowed that down to leadership mindset development. And I've been using that everywhere. And it has been phenomenal. The other thing that has come out of that. So what you guys don't know is that I messaged Pam one day. So Pam, you don't know this. I was watching one of Pam's podcasts and I forgot the guest. It might've been Sean Fair. I'm not sure exactly who it was. I think it was Sean Fair. And I think I was in the gym, Planet Fitness. And Sean was just talking about how the people that go through his program, he pushes them out into the media. He said something about a magazine cover. So I messaged Pam and I said, Pam, let's do a magazine cover. I didn't know if we were going to pick a magazine. I had no idea. I did not know that we were going to do speakers. Blew my socks off, right? So when I reached out to her, I just thought that we were taking on a challenge that was beyond us. Everything that I've done with Pam has felt beyond what I was ready for at the moment, but I wanted to level up. I have I'm about to do the Sean Fair Leadership Experience Tour, which is widely reputable in the industry. A lot of corporations know what he does and that tour and those speakers. I have met some phenomenal people, very similar to what David has shared. And the thing that I am going into next, right, is really honing in on my target audience. And so my target audience is organizations that are led by Black male leadership. Right.
Okay.
So
very specific.
Right. So very specific. Now, those
I know one I can introduce you to now right away. Now that you've said that, now that I know. Right.
And so those tenets, of course, can be applicable to other organizations, other minority organizations, but my bread and butter is being able to speak to guys of a similar background and pedigree who are in positions of influence in their companies, organizations, whether they started them as founders or whether they just moved up into those ranks, and helping them unlock the potential of their people. I didn't know that until I got into the Accelerator program. And so it was a step up for me from Ready, Set, Go, Speak. And I'm just blown away by what this program has provided for me.
I am excited. I mean, this is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. So I am excited for you. This right here, it says the road to become different and better.
Different and better.
And so that's really key. That is key. Clarity is where your cash is. That really is it. Clarity is where your cash is. So I just, Dr. David M. Walker, I'm just so excited about where he is and where he's going, because now I know, and then now the media, you can put you in places of the media where you know your target audience, because you know where your target audience, and they can see you. The same thing with Letitia Nicole, definitely for sure. She's a lifestyle brand, and Yolanda is going to be doing her event, and she's going to be blowing up. So I picked up Success Magazine when I was at the airport, and I could not help but not see her in that. And that is one of the things. She's going to dominate that field and have such a story about it, and such a God story. So all of you are going to have a God story about it, but that one particular, it's like I see things for all of you all. So I just thank you all. You are our graduates, and I am so excited for your next. Yes. And I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. I am your mentor for life. You all have each other to always lean on. That is like the camaraderie. That is really it. You open doors for each other. You share with each other. I love that part. Your accountability with each other. That part is really, really good. So I just thank you all so much. That's like the thing. That is the thing. So I am so excited.
Thank you. Thank you.